independent analysis. That's what this station's all about. So please support us. Please tell your friends or ask your friends to watch us and continue to watch. Stephanie Smythe is independent. You've been with news for over 30 years. I want to put the question to you, not going into all the money and the government funding, but in the past, newspapers and TV news and radio news paid for itself out of ads. Okay, the internet's changed all that, but why can't a good newspaper pay for itself? Sell enough copies to pay for itself. What happened?
Well, because the piece of the pie has gone from this to this.
Well, that's right, because some's gone to the internet.
Right.
I get
so
that.
It's a
but
whole...
if the newspaper is a good newspaper, people will want to buy it.
Right, and people don't want to pay for it. Okay, people want free news because they've always had free news, right? It's like it's when the paywalls first went up online. People didn't want to pay for that, right? So, and that has not changed that much over the last 20 years.
They didn't have to pay in the past because they had ads for it.
That's right.
So if they have enough eyes on the newspaper, they'll have ads.
Yeah, and so you lost the classifieds, which essentially pumped up news, right? So that's gone. You still have the journalism happening, but it is so expensive. You don't have the revenue base at the conventional news outlets. So, they're trying their best online. It's not happening. And then the subscriptions, right? People don't want to pay for their news. They just don't. They'll go online and they'll watch something unvetted, not professionally vetted online, rather believe that than believe what has been a trusted news source.
What has been a trusted news source? I mean, that's a very, very important point. So does that mean that you're very pessimistic about the news in the future?
I'm frightened about the news. I'm really frightened about what's going to happen.
Because I hear all the time people saying, well, I read so-and-so or somewhere about this. And I said, well, that's complete baloney.
Right.
That's why I read it.
Well, it was on TikTok, so it's got to be true.
Exactly.
Right?
So what's going to happen? We're going to have a whole generation of idiots out there believing, really stupid things?
So
well, you're the pro, not me. I'm just a lawyer on TV.
You've worked in it. You know what it takes to produce news, to pay for good journalism.
Yep.
It's a lot of money, and journalists deserve this. And it's important because, journalists always refer to as the gatekeeper.
Right.
Saying gatekeeper is pretty simplistic. Vetting is very important. When you see video online, you must have figured out by now there's a lot of, with AI and everything, fake video, real fake news out there.
Yeah, it looks good and professional.
But where you can go and trust that it has been properly vetted with 1 to 3 to 5 sources, that means you can trust what you read, but people don't seem to care.
Okay, so you and I will agree that they should care. It's important for the future of society that we get the facts and not just a bunch of baloney. So therefore, what's going to change? Government funding?
Well, when you ask about government funding, dirty government funding, and then that's going to taint journalism, and everybody won't believe that anyway. So the answer is good luck. Good luck, everybody. If you choose to not invest in proper, real journalism, then you're not going to ever know the real truth.
Okay, 3 minutes of the real truth. Steph, thanks very much. From your comments, I know many of you appreciate the fact that this is where you can get an analysis that you're not going to get in that old school news. Canada needs more informed voters. Please ask your friends to subscribe, and don't forget PayPal. God, let's get paid.